Hello there, my fellow scions. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Roots of Yggdrasil, Episode 3, Fallen Gods. So now, the amount of time left is a result of how fast we wrapped up this island, and also some other benefits of, like, if we have any spare time and other improvements. So ultimately, I think it makes sense to... I can try to get rid of that curse card in my deck, this one, by going to this danger and removing it, but I would get some other negative card added to my deck, or I could beeline it for the mineral acorns or golden acorns. So I think what I'm going to do is have you decide whether to go eastward for the golden acorns or westward for the mineral acorns. While instead of possibly just getting yet another curse, I'm going to go to the random encounter. I don't want a new curse, so I'm going to do nothing here. Interesting that you guys want mineral acorns, given that all of my upgrades really cost golden acorns, but hey. Oh, sure. I'll do it. So here we are in the abandoned mine. And we have a bunch of adventure caravans right at the start with a lot of exploration needing done. So this sapling needs 2 military buildings. This one needs 1 magic building. This one needs me to explore 6 sections of the map, and this one needs 2 amity buildings. Got it. Okay. So I can make a choice here. I can either barter for a sample of blood to lose 15 supplies and gain some magic, or study one of his techniques and gain a action surge card, which allows me to build a house for free. And we're going to do the surge, which I think is a wise choice, because supplies really early on truly needs to be invested in construction. So here's another choice to be made real quick. I can either gain 40 supplies or 3 population. So population will unlock new cards, and supplies will allow me to build things. Have you guys picked that choice? Okay, we are going to gain supplies. So those are 2 adventures done right at the start. Let's start building. So a lot of the quests in this island are they're all often might specific. Let's get the observatory built kind of out of the way. And crystallize for an Ichthyosaurus, recycle, or construct. So here's a new card. We'll do the water well. I like to invest in supplies early on, just so that I can build up quicker. And it looks like it's easiest to get to this tree, so I'm going to head that way. Because having an Ichthyosaurus early on is useful if we end up pulling a hero statue, because the hero statue gives some pretty decent might per turn. So having an Ichthyosaurus as soon as possible is really nice. So I'm adding quite a lot of houses just so that the barracks and training grounds that I build are highly efficient. Maybe one more house. I'll do 2 more houses, because we'll get another card here. I'm gonna go for... Is there a lot of iron around? Yeah, there's a lot of iron around, so I'll add the iron mine card. Boom. So you were asking, what is this here? This is where once the dark fog spawns, this is where the dark fog will start to spawn and creep towards the ship, destroying everything in its path. I think realistically, these trees are going to be easier to get to than this one. So I'm going to explore this way and this way as well, leaving this way last. No, I actually have enough might to do it all. That was a hell of a first turn. Getting enough might for, what was that, 20, 40, 60, 80 exploration? Okay. I don't... there is one tree for the logger camp. Clustering your resource exploit cards together is useful because there are other cards that require the resource exploit cards to be next to one another. So then I'll put an iron mine down. There we go. So that's a decent amount of supplies per. And stick a water well in here. Cool. All right. So I did manage to pull the hero statue, but I don't have an anti source right now, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, but I can create one. Let's do that. So I'm going to use my magic to create a crystallized Etcher source. I'll stick it here. And stick my hero statue next to it to get the might income. Raising my income from 4 to 9. So that was a pretty good use of my magic. So here's the other paths. So these caves here... you can path through if you charge them up with magic to get to the other side. So you can either go the long exploration paths or try to path through the blocked paths. So this prevents industry buildings from being placed within its sphere, which is here, and... I think I'm going to explore this direction to get to that tree. So this tree needs 2 amity buildings nearby in order to unlock. Is there any trees nearby? There's a singular tree here. So I'm going to start placing houses in this spot so that we can unlock that tree once I get some shrubs or wells or whatever. We do have some more paths to explore, so even more barracks for more might would be ideal. Ooh, look at that. Just getting it in there. So this doesn't seem to be leading to a tree, but it probably leads to either an artifact or an adventure, which might be worth it. So I'll go that direction. See if I can get a little bit more. 11 would be enough to unlock that last path, so let's do that. Trying to do all the explorations early. And then we have an adventure for our scion to embark on for 5 turns. That's fine. Bye-bye, scion. And then this adventure, you guys can pick the reward here. So, I can immediately get 50 supplies or 25 might. You guys think might's good. Alright, cool. I can also use this might that I just got to clear out this threat. I'm not going to do it yet, though. I'd rather just hold on to the might. But if I do want to exploit these iron deposits, clearing out this Draugr encampment would be ideal. Oh, here's that lovely curse. So, one easy way to fulfill this sapling's requirement is the crane. So that's 1 of 2. And then the repurposer to discard all of our cards and redraw, which is hilarious because it discards the curse. Bye, curse! So there we go. We have an anti-tier source. And Gigafail, thank you for the raid. You were playing RimWorld? Cool, friendly fellow RimWorlder. Well, welcome. This is a city building puzzle deck builder. So here's a little blurb about the game. And welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and power up this blocked path to this tree with the Etir connecting. Done. Now the path is open. And this here needs... I wonder if I can get around like that. I only have 2 more to cast, so probably not. See how it has an X2 in the bottom right? So I'm not going to be able to get there. I'm not going to be able to connect this line with that with 2 to spare. So I'm not going to bother with that. So the other thing that I could do here is just try to save up mana for the stargazing results to cast another source, or wait until this connector comes back up off cooldown. So maybe I'll actually use this in preparation for it being returned to my hand eventually, casting it here and then there to make an interconnection. All right, so we're getting to a point where we need to clear this encampment. Because I have an iron mine that would benefit from exploiting these resources. So the iron mine requires someone to live nearby. Done. So we've just increased our income by 50%, which is pretty gnarly. And then an iron dig. One more house built will give me another card. So maybe I'll just build a house out here. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. And the Etir Prospector, I think it's going to be useful in this case, because that will give me a lot of mana, which might allow me to activate this sapling. Let's get some shrubs in. That was a huge boon of supplies with that shrub, and boom, even more supplies. So I'm sitting on a lot of supplies now. And that looks like a pretty good turn. So I was right. This led to an adventure, not a tree. Have I ever played Song of the Six? I have not, no. And this Draugr encampment reduces the reward for buildings by 50%, but I have the might to clear it, so I'm just going to clear it. So there's some synergy between these old ruins and this sapling. This old ruin wants 3 houses built nearby, and the sapling wants military buildings, so I can do both at the same time. And I'm going to get another Etir prospector. That might be useful. Then we'll build... Oh, right, I don't have an amni building to build that. So let's go ahead and prospect this tree. So one thing to note is, like, this tree bloomed. So the resource is not exploited, but it doesn't destroy the tree. I still benefit from it at the end of the loop. I'm just exploiting the resource, but as you can see, I still have the seeds collected. So it doesn't use it up or anything. So now I have a lot of Etir, and I am going to cast Safeguard to try to get our hero done with this adventure sooner, because there's another adventure that he's going to need to embark on. I can get this seed because we have explored at least 6 paths. And I could actually prospect this tree as well. Give me tons of mana. Trying to think if there's a free... No, we're good. Okay, I think that's end of turn. Alright, here's what we needed. So over in this tree, we'll have a little bit of a barracks. And another barracks. That's the 3rd bloom. So we could take off now. I'm really ahead of schedule, as you can see. But I'm going to keep going and be a little bit more completionist. So here's this adventure. I'm just going to pick this one myself. I want to remove that curse card from my deck. Bye, curse card. Good adventure. And we'll embark on a new one. I'm going to cast Quicken to speed up that next adventure a little bit, using up some of this lovely magic that we got. And I'm going to also cast Safeguard, speeding it up yet again. I'm trying to get ahead of schedule. I don't really need more might, so I can discard that fine. So all we really need is a magic source near there, which means that I need to either end enough turns to get the Etir connector back into my hand, or to have the ability to cast a new magic source. So we're heading into dusk now. So let's use the Treaded Crane to draw more cards to try to exhaust our hand so that we reshuffle. Ooh, a market. Sure. And a repurposer. Discard my hand. And now everything's reshuffled. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted so that we can push ahead with the completion of the run. One more house gives me... I'll do another repurposer. Essentially what I'm trying to do is just to set it up that I can burn through my hand quickly so that the Etir connection is drawn. Because that's really all I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that and also this adventure to wrap up to win. Oh, safeguard. Great. So this adventure is done. All right, you guys can make a choice. I can either remove a card from my deck or upgrade a card in my deck or gain a reroll. Oh, I didn't include the third choice. Hold on. I used up all my rerolls already, but upgrading or removing works for me. All right, you guys want me to upgrade. Let's go with an upgraded hero statue. Doubling the effect. I like it. So now the hero statue is a +10 might per turn, which is pretty handy. Especially if we draw it early on. Let's go with Repurposer again. Oh, here is the upgraded hero statue. I don't really need to use it. In fact, it wouldn't really help me to use it. Because all we really want to do is to burn our decks and get that connection. And I'm just not drawing the connection. I mean, of course it's chance, but let's draw 2 cards. Let's burn our deck. There we go. And done. That was fairly fast. Fully explored island. We got all trees bloomed, and we're ready to power up. Okay, so we did the abandoned mine. I'm going to have you guys decide between mossy acorns and mineral acorns, so east or west. So we did just get mineral acorns already, I think. It doesn't show that I've earned them yet, but I believe we have those. And what I'll do is I'll grab an artifact on the way over. So I'll go to this bonus artifact. So this is 4 time, this is 8 times. So it's a lot more time to go east. And it looks like you guys want me to go west. So I'll probably go to this bonus artifact and then Midgard again. Tooth of Knowledge. Gain Itir when skipping a building draft. Cool. And westward we go. Mossy acorns, ahoy. All right, quick analysis. So spend 200 supplies to gain one of the trees, complete 4 adventures, complete 6 explorations. Got it. So these 2 trees are going to take a little bit longer to do, so I'm not going to bother with the exploration path for them, because we're not going to have 200 supplies anytime soon, and I'm not going to have 4 adventures under my belt anytime soon. So I'm going to do the exploration path this way, because this is going to lead to something that, you know, that we'll probably need. All right, let's get the observatory up. Plop it there. And then this old ruin requires 2 military buildings nearby, so let's get that fulfilled. Plopping down a bunch of houses, and then plop a barracks or 2 in its region. A bowmaker uses 2 industrial buildings to have a military might income. That's going to be a little bit... Well, actually, let's take a look at this map. There is barely any resources to exploit. There's like a single iron deposit, so that's not a good card to choose for this specific map. So I'm going to do the training ground, because the other one was another resource exploitation card. Alright, so here's the housing cluster. Come on. It was green. And then... one barracks. I might have to just bite the bullet and not have a good... because it's a little bit too close. Oh no, there was a... ground's uneven. I saw it go green for... oh yeah, there we go. So that's the best I can do. Cool. So the ruins were rebuilt. A salvager to pick a card from the discard pile, put in my hand. That's pretty powerful. A new hero statue or a trading post. I'm actually going to pick the trading post in this case because we need a lot of supplies to win this because that tree requires 200 supplies, and this gives a lot of supplies per house. So that's going to be, I think, pretty powerful. All right. And we do have enough might to start exploring that way too. I'm contemplating activating Rally. Yeah, I'm going to activate Rally for an extra adventure. So you guys can pick between might and supplies. You wish the Tetris stuff was a bit tighter? I guess you could spend an inordinate amount of time trying to make it perfect, but as long as you complete the loop, perfect doesn't matter so much. That would be my opinion. Alright, we went with the supplies. Got it. I think I'm going to sit on the supplies, though, and not spend it right now. Nice. So here's the trading post, which would increase our income by 18, so that's quite a lot. But what I can do is build a few more houses just to, like, max that out. The trading post costs 12. Okay, I don't want to go over my budget. So this gives me a new card. And we'll do the crane. Now we can drop this trading post and get 27 per turn. Pretty awesome amount of supply income, which will help complete this. And then we can also drop the shrub here in the middle as well for even more supplies. One more, but still. I'm sure I'm going to need might, so let's get a training ground going. Get high amount of might. And I'll sit on the prospector. Obviously, there's nothing to prospect right now. And I'll just discard the repurposer. Oh, no, I retain that. Never mind. Okay, the scion power is fully charged up, so I can have a free building, a free house to build. And here's the explore paths. So lose 1 population when building is placed in the range. Spend 25 to get rid of. Yeah, let's nuke that. So we have an adventure over here, which takes 5 turns. We'll start that. This sapling requires me to do adventures. So I have 1 done, and this will be number 2. There's also adventure over here. Shish. This lighthouse is as ramshackle as it gets. And look at all these artifacts lying around. It's a miracle the venom tides didn't sweep this all away. Freyr? Freyr! Is that you, son? Beg your pardon for startling you, Vikings. I'm afraid I was expecting, well, hoping for someone else. No, it's fine. We weren't expecting to find someone living out here. Do you need help? We have room left on our ship. Ha! Do not waste your efforts on scum, stranger. Best leave me to clean these rotting oceans and await my son's return, or I may ruin your lives next. But feel free to take any artifacts I've dredged up from the depths with you. Their powers could shield you from the failures which have afflicted me. Something's off about this guy. I say we leave him alone for now and come by next time we get the chance. There might be more we can find out. So if you guys played there's a bunch of games sort of like this that builds up a reputation as you revisit NPCs. Like, you know, if you're familiar with Zagreus, for instance. So there's this concept of every time you revisit these chance happenings with Sybil or Njord or, you know, whoever it is, you can build up a rapport with them. So you guys can have a bit of a choice here. We can either draft a random artifact, spend some supplies to pick between 2, or spend a lot of supplies to pick between 3. Oh man, you guys want to burn supplies. All right. Burning supplies. And yet another choice. So the Shattered Shackles, ending a turn without choosing a card, adds a bonus card in the next draw. Maker's Hammer, which gains extra might when 3 buildings are created in a turn. Or Ageless Apple, instantly readying my Scion power when an Iter source is exploited. Alright, looks like it's double hammer time. So we have extra Maker Hammer. Alright. Now with the extra might we have, let's go exploring. I couldn't explore literally every direction, which is amazing. What cards are left in my hand? Ooh. I kinda wish I didn't get the hero statue yet, because it's going to be in my discard pile, as there's no way to spend it right now. That's okay. Well, in that case, let's just burn my entire hand. Do a huge redraw. So we do have this market, which is going to give us pretty high income, which is helpful because this this specific loop map requires a lot of supplies. So there, our supplies income is really high. And then get some of the iron mines and resource exploitation up, as that will help as well. So this iron mine requires a house nearby. I'll drop a house. Actually, does it? I don't know if it's going to fit. But I'll drop a house here and hope for the best. Oh, no, it doesn't really fit anywhere. That's too bad. Because ideally it would be like here or here, right? But I just can't. I can't fit it. That would be a lot more supplies per turn. That's okay. Even 5 per turn is not horrible. And then I can do just a typical iron dig over here. There just wasn't space. So we're gaining almost 100 supplies per turn. It's pretty good. And let's hit another crane for more cards. Oh, water well. So even more supplies per turn. So 102. So we're quickly approaching the ability to get that sapling going. And then if I can... There, a better spot for this armory. I think I could settle for 30 might. So that's probably all the might we're going to need on this map. I can't imagine there's enough threats to require more than 132. So that's sitting on a pretty decent amount. I can even add a little bit more to it with the last barracks. There we go. Almost 150 might. I'm not sure that there's really anything meaningful for me to do this turn. And if I skip, I do get magic. So I'm just going to skip this turn entirely to benefit. Okay, that is most of the map revealed. So this blocks amity buildings, which I don't really care about because I don't need to build any amity buildings near there. So this adventure, you guys can choose between an immediate 30 might or might income. I'm just pick this one. I have so much might right now, I'd rather just have the artifact of might income. Because I definitely don't need more might this round. This caravan. All right, so here's a real choice. We can bet supplies to try to gain supplies. It's a bit of a gamble. And we can bet nothing, we can bet a little, we can bet some, or we can bet a lot. I do have a ton of supplies on me right now. I have enough supplies actually to unlock that tree. But we can just gamble a huge amount if you guys want. And it looks like you guys want to do that. And we won. We doubled our supplies. Swank. So let's blossom this tree. There it is. And then, because we've completed 4 adventures, we can blossom that tree. Boom. We have this adventure here. So we can either barter for more supplies or gain population. Population would obviously unlock extra cards. So what do you guys feel? Little extra pop? Little extra pop. Cool. So we're now 1 house away from having the population. This building here requires some construction near it. So I am going to start setting up houses to support that. And then this cave requires our scion to be available, which he currently isn't. New card. Repurposer. That will help unlock this ruin. And then we're exploring what is possibly the last zone. So this tree needs power nearby. And I don't think I'm going to be able to make a hop of an net tier source over here for that tree, because this tree requires a net tier source. But I can create one. Perfect. Done. And then I'm going to do an tier prospecting for this tree, giving me more mana to work with. Here we go. I got my repurposer. So I need one more house to build the repurposer. And a water well. We'll need one more house for the water well. Cool. Ruins are rebuilt. Let's go with the market. I like markets. So far, so good. I would say our bottleneck right now is... Oh, yeah, I didn't notice this tier source next to it. Oh, well. I would say our bottleneck right now is that we need to get through these adventures kind of rapidly. And unfortunately, I don't have a action card that helps me go through the adventures quickly. So this adventure might not be done. We'll see. But there we go. We have, I think, the last sapling already. So question. I can take off now, or I can fully explore. If I take off now, I'm going to get extra time. I'm going to get extra spare time. Actually, I have a bunch of turns until dusk comes, so I have spare time for a lot, because I got through this island very, very quickly. But it would be even before this random event. So I think what the takeoff now would be to finish up this adventure and then take off. And fully explore would be to do this cave as well, which doing this cave is going to push me into dusk. So I'm going to rephrase this. Take off before dusk, take off after a full clear. All right, what's left in my hand? There's really nothing left in my hand that's going to help me speed up the exploration, so I'm just going to... next turn. So here's the last area, and there's an artifact. Great. Gonna get rid of that encampment. And this is gonna be challenging. This artifact wants 4 houses built nearby. Okay. Yeah, I could probably fit that. Ooh, new card. Give me a crane. And the artifact is a vial of siphoning haze. Reduce the scion power's cooldown by 1 each time a card is discarded. Not bad if we want to burn through scion powers. So I like it. I like it a lot. Next turn, we finish up this adventure. And it looks like we're going to be taking off ASAP. More or less. So, I can either remove a card from the deck, upgrade a card from the deck, gain a reroll, or... yeah, just one of those 3 choices. Upgrade? Alright, let's see. I'll try a Barracks Plus. We use Barracks a lot. I tend to like to upgrade common cards, especially cards that don't get exhausted, because then you can use them more than once. Because if you upgrade your exhaust cards, you really only ever use it once unless you have a way to unexhaust. I'm just going to clear this because I have the might to do it. There's a random event that happens in 1 turn, but if I take off now, I avoid the potentiality of a negative random event, like giving me a curse. So instead of starting this cave... because I don't have 6 turns, we're just going to take off before that random event hits us. Bye, Island! It was a pleasure. You are cleared. So here, as you can see, as a result of going really, really fast, the fog is way behind us and we have a lot of time left to make a sizable amount of progress. Which doesn't really matter because the loop is over, but you'll see that in a second. Hang on. Where'd that island go? I could have sworn I saw one here a second ago. We must have made a navigation mistake. Move on to the next one before that fog catches up. No way! Chief, you saw that, right? The island just disappeared. This is bad. We're almost out of fuel. If we don't find somewhere to land soon... Whoa! You made it this far on your first try? For a bunch of filthy humans, that is really impressive. What in the... Who are you? And what's going on here? All the islands are disappearing, and the dark fog is... Yeah, the light of Asgard creates some pretty bamboozling illusions to repel uninvited guests. Your old gods really valued privacy. But don't worry, I'll teach you a little secret back at the Holt. Have a nice death. Chief, the dark fog, it's got the ship. No, not like this. Loop ended. So, we gained 6 blueprints, 96 matter, and 4 golden, 4 mineral, and 4 mossy acorns. Right on! So this is the loop recap. The cards that we used, the total loop score, the islands that we went through. And this is back at the Holt. Wait, we're back at the Holt? How? I thought that dark fog killed us. Oh, it absolutely killed you. But no one stays dead for long in Ragnarok's eternal cycles. Not until you answer the old fart's invitation, that is. Ahem. If you wish to save our world from doom, come to the world's tree upmost boughs. You'll find the answer there. Save our world? Hang on, what kind of riddle is that? Who told you this? Sorry, lady, I'm just the messenger, and I didn't get paid to give names or explanations, though I was told to give you this. Ta-da! A peerless compass. With this baby at your side, you'll never get lost climbing Yggdrasil, no matter how many illusions Asgard throws at you. I don't understand. Why are you helping us like this? What is it that you're after? She's so suspicious. Can't a humble squirrel lend a helping paw to some intrepid heroes? Besides, the more you keep climbing that tree, the more often you'll die, and the more fun it will be for me to watch. Toodaloo! Thank you for tuning in to Roots of Yggdrasil, which originally streamed live on Twitch January 31st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com also has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you on next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow scions.